like to call to order the regular scheduled meeting of the Elk Grove Park District for February 10th, 2022. Come over, roll call, please, Kathy.
President Cook?
Here.
Commissioner Biedke?
Here.
Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
Commissioner Wells?
Here.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Here. Okay. Next, our approval of the minutes for January 27th, 2022 for the committee of the whole meeting, and also for the regular meeting on January 27th, 2022. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Bob, would you?
I said aye.
Okay.
Didn't get a hurl out of that guy.
Sorry. Next is approval of the minutes for January 27th for the closed session meeting minutes. We have a...
So moved. Second.
Any roll call, please?
Commissioner Biedke?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wells?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. Okay, public communication, comments from the audience.
I have no comments for you today, Mr. President, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ellen. And correspondence, do the commissioners have any correspondence?
There has been a correspondence that John and I got copied in from on Tim Burns discussing some mask issues. If any other commissioners would like to see that, we can share that with you.
I have to admit, I didn't get him until this morning because he had my old email and he wasn't aware of it, and we weren't aware that he had the old email till now. So I tried to catch up today, but some of them were getting lengthy and I had to read over them.
So the gist of it is he's working through staff on how, you know, the usage of mask is requested when we're on outside Park District property. So I do know that staff was in touch with him, but the fact that John and I were CC'd, that it is correspondence. So I
Okay.
wanted to share with you guys.
Okay. So you give them copies to staff and their...
The staff, Ben has been included along with a couple other individuals, so.
Great. Okay, any other comments on that, Ben? Nope. Okay, next is a recognition of special guests. Valerie, Lemmy, Mark, come on, Valerie.
I think everybody here knows Valerie, but
Come on up, Valerie. Come up to the microphone.
watching, Valerie is our landscape architect and has been here for 14 years, 15 years, and I'm sad to say that I've only had the pleasure of working here with her for 6 months, but she's just friendly and caring and trustworthy and everything that you'd want to see in a faithful employee. We're really sad to lose her, but we're so happy for her and her retirement. Valerie many accomplishments include playground replacements, different grants for those replacements, Fountain Square Park Playground and Splash Pad, many playground renovations and projects. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting was she initiated the program for Kids Around the World Playground Donations, which takes our old equipment, our old playground equipment, and donates them to unfortunate areas around the world, one of which was Nepal. I think the other one was Haiti. So I thought that was really cool, and Valerie's responsible for all that. So it's going to be a loss for us, but like I said, congratulations to her and her retirement.
Thank you.
Hey Val, how many playgrounds did you touch for the Elk Grove Park District?
I think I've hit all of them.
Twice?
So to me,
I think there are 3 left that we haven't done.
yeah, so Valerie and I used to joke when we used to look at the playground replacements, and we used to say, okay, how many have you done? And she's like, I'm almost to the end. And so I think it's kind of neat and a testament. And obviously, I've known Valerie almost 11 years, and we've had a lot of good discussions. She's just got a great heart, cares so much about the Elk Grove Park District and being safe and ADA compliancy, but she's really, just a fun person to have around, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you. Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to serve this community. It's been like a second hometown, so thank you.
Is there anything that you're most proud of that Mark didn't touch base on? And if you're comfortable, tell us a little bit what's in your future.
I'd say most proud is Hatton Hook, the playgrounds that we've done there that are inclusive. They've really added a lot to the facility and to the community, and I think that's a really good thing.
as well as getting a nice 250,000, I think it was in grant money from the state, so.
It doesn't hurt.
Yes.
I would like to add, I would attend the playground where we bring the community in. You had several different designs. You always did a great job of listening to the community and then figuring out how to incorporate it in based off of the people that came. You were very creative. Thank you for everything. Congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
What are you gonna do?
Mike and I bought a small Winnebago camper, and we're gonna go hit the national parks and see family and friends.
Nice.
Valerie, we've spoken, like, we'll call it on hours and off hours about working about other stuff, and you really are gonna be missed here, and I'm gonna miss you quite a bit too. You're just a pleasure to be around. There's always something good on the horizon, no matter what we have to talk about, and you're very, very good at what you do.
Thank you, sir, very much.
There'll be a reserved spot in Haddendorf parking lot for your motorbike.
I think it has an ADA sign in front of it.
Not yet.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
Oh, now on to business. Recommendations for acceptance and approval. Approval of pay request 18 from Fred Quinn Corporation for construction management services for the Fox Run Links Clubhouse and maintenance facility project, the amount of $214,303.
So moved.
Second?
Okay. And what does this leave? Is this, leave any balance left?
Yeah, retains 372,214.
Okay. And what does that encompass, what's left to be done there?
If you go through you got some fencing, and we haven't gotten our gates yet, if you haven't noticed that. Where you pull in the maintenance yard, and then to protect golf carts from coming into the maintenance yard, there's 2 gates that were missing. That's a big one, and then went to, let's see, some general trade stuff, it looks like a little bit there. Not much, I anticipate, oh, here we go, miscellaneous, labor. Yeah, I'm anticipating that at some point we'll get this updated and get, we may be looking at, Brad and I are looking, anticipating maybe 50 grand coming back to us,
Okay.
overall, so we'll see. Maybe we could pay for that parking or not, yeah.
Out of the contingency.
I just had one question. There was a change order that you approved in January for $67,000.
Yes.
What was that? Was that some of the parking lot stuff that you told us, or is that something completely different?
That was the parking lot. Yep, big parking lot expansion.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wall?
Yes?
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. Next is acceptance of proposal from Train of Willowbrook, Illinois, through OMNIA Partners in Public Sector for the Rainbow Falls Boiler Replacement Project in the amount of $193,126.
So moved.
Second?
We're already talking about Rainbow Falls, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and is this replacing just one of the boilers there?
There's currently there's 2 outdoor boilers. They're well over 20 years, I want to say at least. And these are the ones that heat all the pools. So it's a capital replacement.
Any questions? Do we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Wells?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Say good?
I did.
Yes.
Sorry, I get interrupted.
President Cook?
Yes. Okay, items for information, leisure services, Tiffany. Take it away.
Hi. So I have a report from January for you. So as of the end of January, we're up to 176 members at our Sheila Ray Adult Center. And then at PAC, our private lessons are continuing to grow with the new format, allowing for more lessons, and we had 38 of those in the month of January. For youth athletics, tumbling times had 128 participants in the first winter session. And for the first time, they're gonna be hosting a state tumbling meet here at the Park District on February 26th. Adult athletics, We have 24 teams in the Fall Bags League. They are very happy to be back over at Fox Run, and we are running 2 divisions. We have 16 teams in competitive and 8 in rec. For youth athletic leagues, most of the teams are in winter training, and then Football Advisory Board has made the decision to participate in a 7-on-7 league in the spring. So stay on the lookout for that registration. For cultural arts, Mary Poppins rehearsals are underway with a cast of 50, and those show dates are coming up March 17th, 18th, and 19th. For dance recital, that took place on January 30th at Elk Grove High School with over 600 people in attendance. And a special shout out to IT because we had over 1,000 people viewing this dance recital at home via live stream. For rentals for the month of January, we had 27 total rentals. For special events, we had a family Nerf night with over 40 participants, and a special thank you to Foam from Above for attending the event and passing out Nerf blasters, darts, and swag. For upcoming events, February 11th, which is tomorrow, we have Dance With Me Tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Pavilion. We are taking registration through tomorrow, so if anyone is still interested in attending, you are still able to register. For our next upcoming event, Channel 6, we have a flyer for this, the Sheila Ray Adult Center Open House. The Sheila Ray Adult Center Open House will be on February 16th from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. And you can see the information on that flyer. February 18th, we have a Parents' Night Out from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Pavilion Aquatic Center, ages 5 to 12, registration required. March 3rd, we have our Dancing with the Band at Gardens Terrace from 7 to 9, and you can pay at the door. And then March 4th, we have an Under the Sea Dance from 6 to 8 at Pavilion, registration required. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for Tiffany? Parks and Planning, Mark.
Parks and Planning have really just been busy with regular maintenance duties. Facility team has been busy with regular building maintenance. Grounds team has been pruning and maintaining ice rinks. Both teams have been working hard on clearing snow and getting capital projects off the ground, preparing bids and stuff like that. Going back to the ice rinks, there's some warm weather in the forecast, so that's going to affect the ability to be skating. We'll have them open and closed as when appropriate. We'll have that information posted on our website. And then this week we started doing some controlled burns over at Olmsted. Next week we're planning on doing Morton Park, and that's in an effort to restore the shoreline to the native plantings that are there. We've been putting seed down and clearing out some of the invasive bushes, scrub that's there on the shoreline.
Mark, can you go talk a little bit about the, the burning, why we're doing that instead of just like mulching it up? 'Cause I know I was driving by there this weekend, there's quite a bit of smoke. I don't know if we got any calls from residents, and we had a little posting in Facebook, I know, letting the residents kind of know what was going on, but if they're not on the Facebook Park Street page, they might not know. You talk a little bit about why we burn versus, just like cutting it up and mulching.
Yeah, burning goes back prehistory, really. It's Illinois is known as the Prairie State, and in the past, way back, lightning provided the spark that created the prairie burns and revitalized the native plantings, and keeping them dense and keeping weeds out. There's so many different benefits for it. We do that on a smaller scale. It helps to enhance the soil profiles and the native plants and native habitats that's there. Talking about some of our capital projects that we've done with the shoreline stabilization, the fishing platforms that we put in there. This year we're looking at putting a shade structure in there for fishermen to go in there. We're really revitalizing that, both areas, Morton and Olmsted alike, to a native atmosphere, to provide habitat for wildlife for sure, but also for residents that want to utilize that park. So the burning just plays into the native stewardship of the plants in that area.
Okay. And will it go along, we would be burning like all along Morton Park, or how far down will that go?
We're really planning on doing the immediate area around the platforms that we put in.
Okay,
Pretty much even with where the property line is at Olmsted and carrying that straight across to Morton. If time allows,
right.
down the road, maybe we can keep going. I think it's a good idea to keep a lot of that invasive, a lot of it is buckthorn, keeping that out to let the native plants get sunlight down into the ground so that the native seeds can germinate and flourish is what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Any other questions for Mark? Business services, Brad.
The park district is still hiring. We have a lot of open positions. As always, visit our website to get information and apply for those positions. The auditors were on site. We had our audit this week. They actually wrapped up today. So they're done. We should finalize that in the next couple of weeks. Golf course, we had a great first month in January. We'll continue to tweak our operations. We've introduced weekly lunch specials during the week, and then nightly drink specials. Don't hesitate to reserve your time for the simulators. They're very, very, very popular. One misconception that we have is you are renting a slot of time. So you rent from 5 to 6 or 5 to 7, 5 to 8. Once you reach your time limit, if there is availability after you, we will continue to rent you the area, but if someone is reserved after you, unfortunately, we're gonna ask you to give away and let that patron use the time that they reserved. So keep that in mind. And not to outdo Tiffany, but I also have a flyer for Channel 6. Apparently there's a football game on Sunday. We're gonna have some specials and a buffet at Fox Run. We are encouraging you to reserve your table ahead of time and book. It's $30 per person, includes buffet and some drinks, and there'll be some drawings going on as well. And that's all I have to say about that.
And if you haven't been over there yet, it's a great venue to watch the games. There's over like 22
TVs.
22
Well, 21
TVs
now.
throughout the facility, so,
Plus all of it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey Brad, at least in my mind, there seems like there's a little bit of a disconnect between the business services and human resources or the golf course. Because I've had multiple people say that they've filled out an application and they're not getting a response. So off air, I can give you the names, but somehow they're not even, they've applied for positions and they're Elk Grove residents and they haven't gotten any feedback. So I can give you the names and you can backtrack if you'd like.
Yeah,
But it's
definitely.
not the first time this has happened, not just, I'm talking about the golf course, but between positions where I've mentioned it to you. So I would like to see something's going on.
No, so I think I'd love to get the names. Obviously, we're still hiring people. One of the big things is we are advertising on multiple sites. Indeed is one of them, and a lot of people will apply on Indeed. We do check that one, but you are supposed to go to our actual website and apply on there. So if you are applying on Indeed, please follow the instructions and reach out to us on our actual website. Because I know that's the staff at Fox Run, that's the site that they're checking. And like I said, we do check Indeed and push those off to them. So if that's not the issue, I'd love to get the names and make sure they're getting followed up on.
All right, then I also mentioned to President Cook, I still need some information that you were gonna get me on the 457B contribution rates from other communities or other park districts. You know what our level is,
Yep.
and
Next meeting.
if I'm gonna move forward and talk to the other commissioners, I've gotta have some facts if I'm gonna, have solid discussion on this
We
topic.
just talked about that this week and I got the
Do you want-
information. No, I did. I'm not.
No,
I actually met with,
I'm straight faced.
I met with the 457 people, was it yesterday?
Does the,
As well.
well, does the board want us just to send it when we're ready? Because he's putting together, instead of waiting until next meeting, I can just send it to you.
Correct.
Okay, you want me to do, us to do
Yeah,
that?
my personal belief, again, and I said it at the budget meeting, I think our contribution is too high. I'm not hiding that from the public or the employees. I really do think it's too
Sure.
high. I wanna see what other park districts are doing in regard to their 457B. I think a couple other commissioners, before they can make a decision, wanted to see what those numbers were. And we can't be educated unless we're counting on staff to supply some of that information
Yep.
to us.
We'll get that to you.
I did it simple.
And I think, what was the other number that we're looking for, I think also when we,
Merit increases.
merit,
from,
yeah.
You know, from the, some other the park districts. Now, hopefully staff is happy. I believe the board was overly generous. I mean, compared to years past on what the merit increases were. Again, Brad and I, you're supposed to push for that, and I get that, but I hate the fact that cost of living is connected to merit increases. To me, they're just two separate things that, you know, we give raises based on the talent and the services and the effort provided and the benefits. To me, I can understand maybe a small characteristics of cost of living, but that's still not it. What I want to see is, I want to make sure staff understands that maybe they should be appreciative if other park districts are still only handing out, you know, smaller raises than us. That's all. And again, we as a board, we're not doing our due diligence if we don't know what other park districts are offering to retain their employees or to keep things going as part of their comprehensive benefits package.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for Brad? Okay, marketing, communications, Kelly.
So our summer camp activity guide will be available online next week, and then it will be mailed out to the residents soon after that. But if you'd like to get a sneak peek, you can check out all of our camp offerings on elkgroveparks.org starting on Monday. Also, the spring activity guide is going to be mailed out by the end of the month, and registration for that will start for residents on March the 2nd and non-residents on March 7th. We have a couple, we have a heart healthy treat. So on Monday, make sure that you stop by Pavilion Fitness for your workout and to celebrate Valentine's Day with us, because February is Heart Month. And we have 2 new digital displays up in the fitness center, so you can keep abreast of, you know, all the current happenings and everything going on throughout the district. And so that is a little bit more advertising for you. And then last but not least, we have been working on some marketing campaigns for Fox Run. And so we've done some advertising in the Daily Herald. And also we have some social media posts that have been going out advertising, as Brad mentioned, the big game on Sunday and the other specials that are happening at Fox Run throughout the week. So, and in case you do come over to the customer service desk at Pavilion, you'll see a new face. So we have Pam Pentrelli from Elk Grove, formerly from the library. She is now our new customer service team member, and she took over for Ellen McFarland. So we're very happy to welcome Pam this week, and she's happy to serve all of our residents and non-residents here at the Park District. So stop by and say hi to Pam.
Okay. Any questions for Kelly? Our Executive Director, Ben.
I do have one update. It's been a long time coming. The governor came out on Tuesday? Was it Tuesday, Wednesday? Announcing the mask mandate for Illinois is going to be removed starting February 28th, Monday. Following that, I got some information from Cook County Public Health that has stated they are going to align themselves with the governor's mask mandate as well as the vaccine mandate. And as long as the downward trend continues, we will see mask and vaccine requirements gone starting Monday, February 28th. I cannot be happier for the Park District staff and the residents. I think it's time that we are starting to head in the right direction. I'm excited about our future, and I think it's an appropriate time to start removing some of these mandates. So I'm excited about that, and that concludes my report.
And along with that, I think to continue our due diligence in keeping the equipment clean and using common sense. If you're not feeling well, don't come to the fitness center to work out if you're sick. And if you do have a cold, wear a mask when you're around in public. And, you know, there's still mitigation things we can do without wearing a mask that we should still all be trying to do as public servants, and just, fellow, residents. So, looking forward to the masks being gone come the end of the month. Old business, any old business? No? New business. We have an adoption of ordinance of 426, an ordinance providing for the issue of $2.5 million of taxable general obligation, limited tax park bonds, series 2022 of the district for the building, maintaining, improving, and protecting of the existing land and facilities of the district, and for the payment of the expenses incident thereto, providing for the levy of a direct annual tax to pay the principal and interest on the bonds, and authorizing the sale of the bonds to the corporate fund of the district. Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
I thought we were gonna get rid of your committee there for a second. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. And we have payment of the bills for January 27, 2022, amount of $61,655, and February 3rd, 2022, in the amount of $57,738.91.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes.
Hey, Brad, former executive director Busby had a payment reimbursement last month for some Cobra related. So can you look into that and tell me
I can
what
tell you
exactly?
exactly what that is.
Okay, go ahead.
The incorrect amount was entered into his IMRF pension automatic withdrawal for his insurance. So that was just making him whole.
Yeah, because I knew it was something different because it was a check to him.
Correct. Yeah, we took out too much of his pension. He noticed.
If anybody would spy, he'd spy.
Yes, I was joking. Yes. So,
Okay. Any other old business? Not old business. Any other comments? Okay, I need a motion to adjourn the closed session for the purpose of discussing the purchase of or lease of real estate for the use of public body per 2C5, and for the purpose of conducting the semi-annual review of the closed session minutes per 2C21.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call?
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wallace?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes, Kathy?
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. Okay, we are adjourned to closed session.